Hey guys, wanted to go over our set, some big notes for everybody, and then I'm going to go through a couple of songs, especially for Therese and Brandon, who are leading vocally to be able to practice with that. One of the things, starting right from the top of the set, one of the things that I am working on is at the beginning of our sets, like we're ready to go. We've warmed up, we've practiced, but for the people walking in the room, I want to do a better job at brief welcome, but also just kind of setting up not the entire day, but where we're going. Not describing the whole. It's not a description of where we're going, but of the entire thing. But it is a little bit of like, hey, welcome. Maybe it'll look like reading a portion of scripture. It'll look like, hey, let's think about this as we begin today. So Who Is Like the Lord is our first song. And we're going to have a click going with a pad before we even get into the intro of that. So it's going to, our countdown video is going to end. And then we're going to, I'm going to ask Brandon to say a few things as he's the one leading Who Is Like the Lord. And that really will, there's some scripture that song was pulled from, and probably reading that. And hey, let's fix our eyes on this God that we sing to today. So we'll go through Who Is Like the Lord right into Morning by Morning. That's going to be a quick transition. N, 2, 3, 4, and then Morning by Morning is 6/8. So it's a change of time signature, and we have a keys intro that will for Ava for you to be right in on for that intro of Morning by Morning. I will lead that, and then we're going right into Great Is Thy Faithfulness. And Great Is Thy Faithfulness is very much meant to be a tag. So it's going to be just the verse and then chorus. So coming out of Morning by Morning, again, we're going from 6/8 to 3/4, which actually have a similar feel. But we'll go right into great is thy faithfulness, oh God, my Father. Keep the whole thing low. Maybe the second chorus, build it up just a little bit with a little bit of bass, some chord changes on electric, and maybe some appropriate things on the drums. We'll then break for announcements, offering, and then we will go into Simple Kingdom. After that song, that's going to be pretty straightforward, played normal. After that, we're going to do what we do occasionally that we call Come Forward for Scripture Reading. So we'll introduce a theme that really ties into the whole of the day and ask people to come forward and read some scripture right into the microphone. So Simple Kingdom, that, and then the last thing we're going to do is Therese is going to lead More Like Jesus, but only the chorus and bridge, which I will play through in just a moment. And then we're off for the sermon. We come back and then we do in a different key. So the one for Therese is in B, going along with right where we've been with Simple Kingdom. And then we're going to do the full version in A after the sermon. So that's our day. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to set up now to go through first Who Is Like the Lord as Brandon leads that. And then we're going to go to More Like Jesus in B for Therese. We're going to do the intro of Who Is Like the Lord twice. It's very short. So here it goes.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
Was there before there was creation? Who illuminates the stars and sun? Who has set eternity in motion? There is just one.
Verse 2, 2, 3.
Go. Who has come to restore down. The mighty Lion of Judah, spotless Lamb, the Alpha and Omega, the good and great I am, the God who saves the nation, the one we bow before. Let every voice sing out, who is like the Lord?
Verse 2, 3.
Here we go. Who could carry sin upon his shoulder? Who endured the cross and scorned its shame? Who was laid to rest like every other? But who rose again, stormed out of the grave? The mighty Lion of Judah, the pure and spotless Lamb, the Alpha and Omega, the good and great I am, the God who saves the nations, the one we bow before. Let every voice sing out, who is like the Lord? So this is up.
Bridge 2, 3, 4.
You are the one true King, Lord over everything. Jesus, there is no other. Jesus, there is no other. Your word will never change. Your name is here to stay. Jesus, there is no other. Jesus, there is no. Here we go. You are the one true King, Lord over everything. Jesus, there is no other. Jesus, there. And band her up. Your word will never change. Your name is here to stay. Jesus, there is no one.
Chorus 2, 3, 4.
The mighty Lion of Judah, pure and spotless Lamb, the Alpha and Omega, the good and great I am, the God who saves the nation, one we bow before. Let every voice sing out, who is like the Lord? So we're down, band, just a little bit. Everybody's in. Then we kick it up for the outro.
Intro 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So that shows you right there how quickly we're going into morning by morning. I did get off the click. It got loud in here, so I couldn't hear it there towards the end. I'm gonna make sure it's all the way up here. Okay, so that gives an idea for who is like the Lord. Let's go to more like Jesus. So this is going to happen, as I mentioned, after Simple Kingdom, and Simple Kingdom happens, then we go into the time of come forward for scripture reading. Out of it, we are going to go right into this in the key of B, led by Therese, more like Jesus, chorus to bridge back to chorus. The embellishments and tags that they do in the original, I took out. So just think of it, this is really bare bones. And if band, you're watching this, this is meant to be also played pretty low. Everyone can be in, like when we get to the bridge, but we're gonna intentionally keep it a little bit lower and then play the really big full version after the service. This one is really in response to what we just heard read from scripture, okay? So it's gonna be, we're gonna have this playing throughout. I may not even put the click in there, and then it'll coming right out of the last person reading scripture.
Chorus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All of you, please bless me. Take everything. Yes, all of you is all of me. Take everything. Again. If all of you, please bless me. Take everything. Is all of you, is all of me. Take everything. Go right in. Oh, change me like only you can. Here with my heart in your hand. Father, I pray with me, Lord, like Jesus' word, dying to know who you are. You've shown us the way with your heart. So Father, I pray with me, Lord, like
Chorus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jesus, for you, be blessed me. Take everything. Yes, all of you is all of me. Take everything.
Chorus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All of you, bless me. Take everything. Yes, all of you is all I need. Take everything.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So, I will clarify what we're doing right after that because the sermon's coming. Not sure exactly what's going to happen yet, but that's it. That's the entire portion that you're going to lead, Therese. And if for some reason the key is too low or high, we can change that. It's right, and I'd like to keep it there. I know it's probably not going to be the most ideal, but it's in the same key of where we just were. Now, I want you to lead it, so if it's like, I just can't do it, we'll change the key. Not a huge deal. Okay, for all of you still watching, I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you Sunday.